Hello and welcome to Journeys in Transformation Analytics. To continue the conversation, I have with me Tom Weir, who is the Chief Operating Officer of CSAFE Global. So Tom, welcome again.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Pleasure to be here.
And Tom, last time we chatted a little bit about kind of how the history of bananas transportation, and then kind of a little bit of the origin of CSAFE itself from the supplying medicine to the third world countries. So there's a rich history in the industry itself, and you said that this is and I know from our conversations, you started going down the digital transformation path, or at least you had a vision around it. As a lot of our clients, a lot of our customers are always kind of are either embarking it or middle of it. So just would we love to hear from you as to how did you guys think about it? When did you start the journey? What were the blending blocks? So just kind of throw some light on that.
Yeah, sure. I think that we recognize that we had a very strong product, right? We feel the best performing, most reliable products in the world. But in order to meet the needs of our customers, we needed to modernize and use digital information to become more effective. So really the kickoff initiative was led by our CFO at the time, Pat Schaefer, who's now our CEO. So he was definitely a visionary in this space. And the rest of the management team, we just looked at where we needed to be and looked at what other industries were doing in terms of what tools and technologies they were having. And being an industrial company, having some capability in firmware and basic ERP systems, we certainly recognized that we needed to reach out and partner with companies like Genpact that have this deep skill base in analytics and et cetera. So that's the way we started the journey. We recognized, I guess, the problem and tried to break it down into smaller pieces. And the first piece we identified is we wanted to be the best in the world in making sure that our assets were in the right place at the right time. For commercial reasons, because to stay competitive and stay profitable so we can continue to invest in our business, that we need to do that in the most cost-effective way. But also it's rang true to our mission. We never wanted a customer to need our product and not be there when they need it. So we have all the challenges that most industries have with forecasting and all those kinds of things. But maybe there's a little bit more on the line sometimes because of the nature of what we're doing. So that's the way the journey started. And we pulled consultants in, we got feedback, and then we identified a need for an AI-based tool that would help us make more predictive decisions around asset management. And that was the very first launch into
and you started there because you thought that that could not only modernize but also provided some savings to go and invest in some of the other transformations that you were trying to do.
Yeah, it was a commercial opportunity, as you know, in terms of not wasting money and allowing us to pour that money back into our business. And it also was, quite frankly, the right thing to do. I mean, we needed to be better at, and we wanted to be the best in the world in that. And we were doing things effectively, but quite manually, and we knew there was a better way.
And so we'll talk a lot more about the asset management, the AI and the asset management space that you use. But what were the other, like the pillars of the transformation besides this?
Yeah, so we also looked at product-specific opportunities. So we're currently piloting and almost near a launch of a track and trace capability. So in order to build on asset management, we needed to know where our product was in real time as possible. And ideally, we needed to understand the condition of the product inside those containers. So that on the product side, that was a big building block that we're in the process of launching now. In addition, we recognized there were trends in the industry, cell and gene being one of them, that were quickly going to become commercialized and need bulk shipment and specialized containers to get the product around the world in a cost-effective way. So we launched new product lines in that space. And then internally, we're still continuing to drive to improve our ERP, our strategic partnerships with suppliers, and our ability to integrate what we know with our partners and suppliers.
So there was a lot of like product changes, technology changes, and some process redesign kind of work that was being done. What on the people side? I mean, that's kind of one of the things a lot of our clients talk about is, yeah, you can go and do all of that stuff, but it's the same people. So any ideas there?
Oh, that's an excellent question. We did do some, training and educate ourselves with certain key employees. We actually are very fortunate. We have some people on our team that are already very innovative, very cutting edge, very interested in this space. But obviously, we augmented our talent by bringing in partners, and also we made some really good hires in the that people from the data analytics world that could, that understood the space better than our current staff and can educate us and help point us in the right direction.
Got it. And if you were to, I know you are still going through the transformation.
Sure.
If there are one or two things you would have done differently, what would they be? Not in the specifics, but just from a design perspective.
Wow. One or two things differently. I would say that move faster, move sooner. Probably looking back, we got going, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, but if we could have done it 5 years ago, we'd be in a different place. So move faster and collaborate with our stakeholders faster. Get involved and collaborate faster.
Got it. That's great advice. That's great advice. Now, thank you so much, Tom, for sharing that. And we'll talk a lot more about the AI piece of it in our next episode. But I mean, as I see everyone going through the digital transformation, and that's a common theme we also hear about is once you are in it, it takes time to get started. Once you are in it, you always think about why didn't we start earlier? And it's great to kind of you reaffirm that. But thank you so much for coming and sharing, Tom.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Ramesh. See you.